morning, citizen of Indonesia, and welcome to Miracle News. I'm Regina Yasmin Sarsabila, a student from SMA Plus Negeri 17 Palembang, bringing you the eye on the news about COVID-19 and mental health. Mental health is such an important part of overall health and well-being that it affects how we think, feel, and act. Since the beginning of COVID-19, there are so many citizens that felt fear, stress, and worries that they will contract it by the virus. Many of them even face such a new realities that they are difficult to adapt with. For example, working from home, temporarily unemployment, homeschooling for children, and so little physical contact with other family members, friends, and colleagues that it makes most of them felt locked up with no one to support them. However, these actions are so important to reduce the spread of COVID-19. Well, citizen of Indonesia, now we will hear Dr. Sanjeev Sokalingam, as a medical psychiatrist, thoughts about COVID-19 and mental health.
I am Dr. Sanjeev Sokalingam, a psychiatrist and vice president at the Center for Addiction and Mental Health. During SARS, we saw kind of initial rates of general psychological distress that exceeded amounts that we would normally expect, emergence of depression, anxiety early on. And in individuals that were involved, we also see persistence of some of those symptoms after SARS.
Let's get out of here.
If we go to other disasters like 9/11, for example, as a kind of disaster that was abrupt, I think it's different in the sense of what we're seeing right now. Those who were closest to it, who had losses, who were involved as first responders were more likely to suffer post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms, depression, anxiety, and distress. And we do have studies that are decades later that still show that there are some residual effects for some individuals. And I suspect that for many people, they're going to need support beyond COVID-19.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjeev. Citizen of Indonesia, there are so many ways to face such stressful situation during this pandemic. For example, providing social support that mostly needed by children or teenagers. Contact a health professional if you ever feel so pressured that it's get in the way of your daily activities. Connect with others by phone calls or video chats can also help you and your loved ones feel socially connected, less lonely or isolated, and so many other ways. In populations that already heavily affected, such as Lombardy in Italy, the issues of service access and continuity for people developing or existing mental health conditions are also now a major concern. As part of its public health response, WHO has worked with so many partners to develop a set of new materials on the mental health and physical social support aspects of COVID-19. Namely, providing so many guidance and advice during the COVID-19 pandemic for health workers, managers of health facilities, people in isolation, and members of the public more generally, to help us look after our mental health. Lastly, taking care of your friends and your family can be a stress reliever, but it must be balanced with you caring for yourself. I'm Regina Yasmin Sarsabila, and you're watching Miracle News. Until next time, stay healthy.